Usually when you watch something that's animated, you would ideally want the animation to be good, right? Wrong. Unless the animation is shockingly bad, I don't care whether it's good or not. I've watched so many anime where the production value and visuals are the top of their game, but due to either the story or characters lacking any substance, I just didn't care about what I was watching. Give me an amazing story or characters with JC staff visuals any day. That's not to suggest that I am impervious to good animation. One of my all-time favourite anime and films in general is Redline. The animation in that film was so far and above anything I'd seen that I couldn't help but love it despite its story and characters, in my opinion, not being anything special. It's just that, more often than not, when I see something with good animation but not really anything else, I kind of just shrug and switch off. I recently watched that new Netflix anime Bubble, which is made by Wit Studio. I'm sure you do, but if you don't know, Wit Studio is the studio that animated the first 3 seasons of Attack on Titan, the first season of Vinland Saga, Great Pretender, Ranking of Kings, and Vivi Fluorite Eyes Song. So clearly they're pretty good at animation. And since Bubble is a film and not a show, the quality of the animation in Bubble is truly stellar. Unfortunately, the quality of the writing was not very good. I was watching these characters do stunts that could only be captured in such breathtaking animation, but because the writing was so bad and I didn't care about the characters, it just made the whole thing feel shallow. Due to the animation being of such a high standard, it only served to highlight how weak the other elements of the anime were. Now, Bubble was an anime the critics and general audiences agreed wasn't that great. So what about a popular anime with good animation, like the first season of One Punch Man? This is going to be difficult to hear, so I'm going to rip the bandage off quickly. I am not a huge fan of the first season of One Punch Man. I know that's a horrific statement to make, and I apologise for anyone's ears which are bleeding after hearing that. One Punch Man was one of the first anime I ever watched, but I realised very quickly that the masterpiece of animation that I was watching was having very little effect on me. It was very flashy, and I actually at times had difficulty following what was happening in certain action scenes. Characters were whizzing across the screen, doing all these cool fight moves, but my reaction was like, I don't really care. Aside from the final fight in One Punch Man, where the animation was so good that even I, a small-brained monkey, could enjoy what was on screen and clap, I just wasn't very impressed. Not because what I was watching wasn't impressive, but because there was usually little to no emotion behind any of the fight scenes. When Genos was fighting the mosquito lady, I didn't care. Visually it looks amazing, but there's nothing to make me care. There's been so little build-up to this fight that it just ended up falling flat with me. The moments where I enjoyed myself was when there was no action and there was instead just a ton of jokes, because One Punch Man is really funny. It's honestly a little surprising how little I care for One Punch Man, considering Mob Psycho 100 is my favourite anime, but who knows, maybe my opinion will change, as I do plan to revisit One Punch Man one day. What I've discovered the more I watch anime, and animation in general, is that good animation only clicks for me when I care about what is being animated. One of my favourite fights in anime recently was when in Black Clover, Asta and Yami fought Dante. Was the animation in that scene up there with what was shown in One Punch Man? No, I don't think so. But was the animation good? For the most part, yes. And that good animation, coupled with the fact that I cared about these characters after watching them for 170 episodes, meant that this fight scene has stuck with me more than any scene in One Punch Man. Yes, even the final fight scene in One Punch Man. That's it. Bye.